wide paddle blade prop on it, and we think that the thrust is actually very equivalent. We think the thrust is probably very similar, so the performance is probably very similar to what it was in 1911.
We got Jason Flood taking off right now, climbing down. It's a little slow Airshow for us this afternoon, but we're going to get Bob back in here with a beautiful Curtiss Busher aircraft. Now this is, like Andrew was saying, 100 years of naval aviation is this year. And we've got airplanes on static display out here that just I can find anywhere. We've got this big, like interrupt here, Andrew, we got all the way in the back, that big 4-engine plane always in the background, the C-130. It didn't come from New York, it didn't come from Michigan, it didn't come from California. It came from Hawaii to be the this when the plane shut down.
Will do. Appreciate you coming out. All right, thanks again.
Coming down, however, we have called the kid Tom. This is Jason Flood, my last one pitch. Now, folks, as you stand, sit, kneel down, like Larry was telling you earlier on, you are doing it at 1 positive G this afternoon. Our pilots out there, we put their aircraft and their bodies in excess of 7 to 10 positive G's. When you see the aircraft go upside down, like Jason is right now, back to the upright, that's a negative G. He's upside down in the cockpit of the aircraft, trying to throw himself out of the airplane. Now, Jason, local boy over Hampton, New Jersey, where he keeps his aircraft. When he's not flying air shows, he's out there towing banners up and down the shore. If you've not seen him out there in Ocean City somewhere, he's towing banners up and down the boardwalk. He flew yesterday for us here, hopped in his car, drove back over to New Jersey beaches, and started towing banners the rest of the afternoon. He soloed on his 16th birthday. And not only did he solo on just one airplane, he soloed on a Piper Cub, a Super Cruiser, a Piper Cherokee 180, a Pitts Vessel S1S. I think it might be the same plane he's flying downwards today. And on his 17th birthday, went out and got his license. You can solo when you're 16, but you can't get your pilot's license. You got to wait till you're 17 years old to acquire your pilot's license. So Jason got his pilot's license on his 17th birthday. He's working on his multi-engine instructor ready for the aircraft. He's working, besides doing bounties, he's working at 2 different airports. Pumping gas, keeping airplanes clean. The boy loves aviation. Dad was out here yesterday too, flew with his S2 Pitts. I think he also flew when later on that day when he soloed. And Jason goes to the vertical and pushes outside over the top. Let's go to the outside. Humpty bump turnaround. Now this little S1 Pitts that he's flying here today is S1S. It's powered by an IO 360 Lycoming engine. Been a little work done to it. It's putting out 240 horsepower. That's a 4-cylinder, horizontally closed, air-cooled engine, spinning a fixed-pitch wooden prop on the front. Now you see the smoke coming out the tail of the aircraft. Somewhere inside most every one of our aerobatic airplanes out here this afternoon, they have a fuel tank. Inside the fuel tank, they have smoke oil. Figure that one out. And either on the stick or maybe the throttle, they got a push button. They push that button, it starts an electric fuel pump. That fuel pump pumps that smoke oil in the hot exhaust system of the aircraft, and it turns into smoke. Doesn't hurt, but it just smells kind of bad. Jason carries about 3 gallons of smoke oil on both the airplanes, and he can turn it on and leave it on the whole routine because it wouldn't last that long. So he's popping the switch on up so you can follow his trail in the sky. He snap rolls the airplane back there, everybody flies across the top. Now watch Jason, and you're flying competition aerobatics, you're flying aerobatics trying to get you what they call the zero waiver. You gotta start high and work yourself down to the ground. Jason's down to 1,000-foot level now with this waiver. This is the 2nd year he's been flying air shows with this airplane. He calls himself the kid pilot because he's only 20 years old. So you can do it. Local boy, Hampton, New Jersey, just to the west of here, east of here, I guess that is. He repositions the airplane to the right-hand side of our air show box. Now, when you're flying competition aerobatics, you fly with a 3,000-meter box. There's 3,000 meters square up to. And you have to keep your aircraft, the Jason Collins running up line, keep that smoke on, kicks that hard left rudder, what they call the hammerhead turnaround, the hook in the sky. When you're flying a competition, you fly your aircraft outside of that box, and there's people sitting on the ground with that box, lying up there looking at it. They know where to look. You get zeroed on your maneuver. If you don't fly the actual 45-degree upline, you fly a 50-degree upline or 60-degree upline, you get points taken off of that maneuver. So you got to make constant, nice maneuvers with the aircraft and keep it online at all times. Jason's working, I said, he's working his way down to the zero waiver. I think the rest of our pilots had it this weekend. They're a lot older than Jason out there flying their airplanes or on the air shows for many years. All have the zero waiver. They can roll the wheels down the runway if they feel the need to. Jason's reposition left-hand side of our Airshow box. You always trade the altitude for airspeed, not like our guys with the F-16 out here this week, and they just push that power lever forward like Opie says and keep climbing vertical. Just keep pushing that power up, it just keeps going up. These guys can push it forward, it's going to stop going up, trust me. Jason wants to thank Jenny Aviation, Restoration's #1 sponsor out here. And also Crosswind up there, it's US Aviation develops host. That's USSAviation.com. Some of the sponsors make it a little bit easier to keep this airplane flying for us, or flying for him out here on the weekends. Jason's got himself an upright side up flat spin. The aircraft's like sitting flat to the ground, but it's spinning around in a circle. He's standing on the rudder, touch of power in there, pulls the power back, kicks the opposite rudder, corrects from the spin. A spin is a controlled maneuver when done properly, and you know what it's doing. Jason pulls across top, snaps the airplane, puts the smoke back on, comes around the bottom side. That's what he calls a double avalanche. It's a big old round barnstormer loop with a double snap on top with a double avalanche. All of our pilots have what they call a restie somewhere inside our airplane. Jason pulls up to stop that vertical penetration right about there, kicks a hard left rudder again for the hammerhead. The hammerhead turnaround is a nice aerobatic maneuver that keeps the aircraft right in the box at all times. Makes us turnaround maneuvers right in front of us so we can keep a visual on this aircraft. Time to get your cameras out as Jason Flood brings us when it's back down Airshow Center for us. Get a go nice photo fast with this aircraft. Good picture, take it home. It's a Kodak moment for you. Many thanks to the people over Thunderbolt Race to be over there working with us this weekend because we have to close off part of their racetrack. But we put up a F-16 in the sky for us today. That's F-16 from Viper West demo team. Mr. Jason Flood in Hamilton, New Jersey with his S1S piss for us today. You know, Dave, it takes a long time to get this Curtis Butcher cross country because Jason Flood his whole routine and just now taxiing back. Bob has to sit in that aircraft to fly it. Arms out straight, legs out straight, hanging on because you got the wind beating in the face. Mr. Jason Flood is beautiful S1S picks a knife edge pass. That's what all the aeronautical engineers say is not possible. When the wings are perpendicular to the ground, they don't produce enough lift to sustain flight. Jason just proved it wrong. That's it from Bob Coupon flying to Curtis Busher for us this morning. Not this afternoon, good deal. Andrew King, thank you, sir.
It's all over this new. So. You heard that on the radio, or you got the picture?
Huh?
You heard that on the radio, or you got it on the picture?
Big thanks again to the Delaware River Bay Authority, the Boeing Company, Dallas Aerobatic, BBA Aviation, Big Sky Aviation, Duffy & Partners, Philadelphia Lawyers, too, Tom. Stanker and Galena Builder, South Jersey Healthcare, Century Savings Bank, the A-Home Center City Heart of Millville Program, the Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union, Heritage Dairy Stores, New Jersey Motorsports Park, and Cooper Atlantic Ambulance Corporation, and PPG Aerospace. We thank them for all their sponsorship. Again, if you frequent any of those establishments, please thank them. thanks again to Verna's Flightline Restaurant, too, putting the lunch up for us this weekend. We appreciate that. And again, if you're wondering, where the crowd's here today, there is no smoking anywhere today, so please put it out. If you see someone smoking, ask them nicely to put the cigarette out. If they don't, go back later with a bucket of water and put it out for them.